Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, of course, you already know we're going to be talking about how to actually become a field inspector. Because I know all of these videos that you're seeing about how to make the money and what you need to do to get the money flowing has you all interested. A lot of you are wondering, how do you even get started in the first place? But before I even dive into this, I do want to say that I do have an entire playlist on field inspections with over 100 and some videos that you can check out after this video, and it will run you through a lot of different scenarios, questions and answers, right along the whole 9 yards to get you kind of caught up a little bit on what you can expect as an actual field inspector. So now that I've said that and got that out of the way, let's just go right ahead and dive into this. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do, the first thing that you're going to need to do before you even attempt to be a field inspector is to actually change your mindset from being a 9-to-5 employee. Because being a field inspector is the same as if you were being any other type of entrepreneur. This is independent contractual work that you will be doing, and you will not be getting the same benefits or anything that you would actually get on a 9-to-5 job, not unless you seek them out yourself. So get away from the 9-to-5 mentality first off, and know that everything you do and every dime you make is going to be solely dependent upon you. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's just move on to what you first need to do. First thing you need to do is to actually start researching some companies to sign up for. And this is very simple to do. These companies can be found in several different places. You can get them off of websites like LinkedIn. I've seen a few on Career Builder. They're all over YouTube where people are actually making videos about these companies, and you can write them down, go on their websites, and attempt to sign up. You can also buy the book off of SoFi to get you a whole directory of those companies if that's what you like to do. And I also have a list of my own of those that I have actually went through and applied directly through the website myself, that you can get that list as well. And it is for sale on dmichelle.com. Now, there are also two different ways of being a field inspector. You could be a 1099, meaning you're working for yourself. You're calling your own shots. You're deciding when you come and when you go, what days you want to work and what days you don't. And then you can sign up for the W-2 sides of things. And you know already you are now an employee again. But at least you're not working the typical 9-to-5 job. Is it going to be stable? Is it going to be the same amount every week as a regular 9-to-5? Of course not, because these companies still do not guarantee that you'll receive a certain amount of work every week. They're just paying you W-2. But there are two different ways, and that's them, W-2 and 1099. So now that you've researched how you can actually find you some companies, before you start applying, I would strongly suggest that you have you a resume done. If you don't have a resume already, some sort of resume that's going to show the companies that you are attempting to sign a contract with that you can actually do the work. If your resume doesn't show this, then there's a good chance they may not contact you. Now, a field inspection resume is not going to be the same as a regular 9-to-5 resume, okay? If you're trying to be a field inspector, you're out here in these streets working as an independent person. So I really doubt that they want to see something like, well, I'm a data analysis, and I did it for 5 years, and in 3 years I worked at the Mickey D's. You know, all of that. They don't care about any of that. They want to know if you could do this work. Because, see, a reason why you can't find a lot of the answers that you're looking for as far as how to become a field inspector is because this has always been some sort of secret society, like hidden gem, you know, and a diamond in the rough, and we didn't even know it existed until it just happens to fall into our laps. And of course, it has fallen into your lap, which is why you're here today, and which is why I am helping you. So make sure that you get a resume done. Your resume needs to reflect that you can actually do this work. Now, what could you actually put on your resume if you don't know how to do the job? That is completely up to you on how you want to design your resume. But you can go on the SoFi website. He can give you one, actually create you, shall I say, a resume so that you'll have something to show for. Because it's not just a regular resume. It is a marketing tool. It's going to have you on it, and it's going to market you to these companies out here that you are attempting to get a contract with. And of course, if you choose to take another route and you only want to create your own, I also have a tool at dmichelle.com where you can download it and it will teach you, where I am giving an actual presentation showing you how to create your own marketing, field inspection, or loan signing resume using Canva. So you can see it right on dmichelle.com. So now that you have your resume, you can actually start applying for these companies that you have researched and found in whatever way you found them. Because at the end of the day, even though you're attempting to work for yourself, you still have to gain a customer. And these contract companies, they begin to be your customer as soon as you sign a contract with them. But you still need to put in some sort of application. And most of the time, their application process is written out simple on their website. You just have to find the company. But once you get it, you can easily apply. And I'm hoping that this is really helping someone out who was really wondering, how do you even become a field inspector in the first place? It's very simple to actually apply and get yourself into this field. A lot of things are going to play into this for sure. Where you are, how far you are away from locations that need inspectors, all of that. But this is just the name of this game. If for some reason no one ever contacts you, then you may just be in the wrong area. Don't look at it as though they just don't want you. It's just simply that you're in the wrong area. That's going to be one of your main problems. And there's nothing that can be done about it unless you move around. But at least attempt to find you some companies, get your resume done, and get that thing sent out. Because most of these companies, when you apply for them, they will ask you, do you have a resume? Or on their website, it will ask you to upload your resume. Or after you apply, you'll receive something in the email, and it will ask you to submit your resume. So you want to get one done. If you don't have one, then doing all of the other things that I've mentioned really won't make any difference, because some of these companies are not going to even attempt to give you a chance if you don't have a resume. Now, what about certification? Certification is an option. That is definitely an option depending on the level of inspections that you're trying to do. Because some certain types of inspections do, in fact, require certification. But as far as I know, and from what I have seen, and I can be a witness to, is that when you're doing inspections for insurance carriers through these contract companies, the majority of them do not ask for certification. Some of them do. You may run across a few, but the majority of them do not. So it's actually optional for you. But if you're new to this and you know that you don't know anything about doing field inspections at all, and out of all of your research and everything that you found online pertaining to field inspection and all of the videos and anything you could have possibly seen, it still has you on the ups, because you're worried that what if I actually do get a contract and I just haven't learned what I thought I should learn? Then that's where certifications will come into play. It won't even be about the certification at this point. It will be about the learning process. So you sign up for your certification, and that way you can learn, because in order to get certified, you got to go through a class. And it's online. So it's not like you have to go anywhere. It's online, and then at the end, you take your test, and if you pass, you get cert. And that is it. At least you will have learned, and you'll know more than what you would have actually knew before you applied. Because I have mentored some people who have actually did a certification first before they even applied for any company. And it did help them out. Because when they do their application, they can actually put on there that they have been certified. And this is going to play a huge role, especially when you're doing a resume and you really don't know what you're doing. So now you've been certified in doing all of those things that you probably want to put on your resume in the first place. That definitely will help you out as far as getting these calls. Show yourself approved that you have actually learned something. Because not only have you researched and watched videos and probably read some articles or followed along or even rode along with someone who is actually doing field inspections, but now you actually know at least a lot more than you knew before you actually started researching this. Because it's very simple as far as applying for these jobs. It's the same as 9 to 5. It's the same. You go and you search, you look, you find, you apply, you upload resumes, and you hope that someone calls. I hope that this helped someone, once again, who was looking to find out exactly how do you actually become a field inspector. Because I just told you. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Because you know it won't be long before I'll be bringing you something back later. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.